What's up, bosses? It's your girl, Adrian B. You know what it is. And today, I am going to share some of my EIDL journey with you. If you don't know what that is, stay tuned. But before I get to that, let me give you a disclaimer. I do not give legal help. I am not a financial advisor or an accountant. If you use any of my methods in my journey that I share with you, I am not referring you to do so. You are doing so by your own free will. I am merely sharing my actions and results or lack of. So now we got the little disclaimer out the way. Let's just get into it. My name is Adrian Brown, and this is Fat Boss Life, where I talk about being a plus size person and being a boss and just life overall. I am a one-woman show a lot of the times for a business called Sugar Mama Cotton Candy. And you'll see that on the screen. That is my business. And that actually is the grant, the $15,000 that I couldn't believe that the government would help me with. So, today this is going to be basically like a vlog podcast style. I'm just going to talk about my day today in particular, and I just hope you enjoy my story. So, okay, let's get to it. Okay, well, wait a minute, because I took notes. So this is what I'm trying to read off of. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about how my journey started and where I am today and what I'm doing. All right, so over a year ago, I applied for the EIDL loan and grant. It was on the inspiration from my baby brother. He encouraged me to do so, and I heard about it, but I was just like, you know what, I'm not even going to fool with it, because things are crazy right now. They were talking about how the process was crazy, so or that it was overwhelming. So I was just like, I'm not even going to deal with it. But he encouraged me, and so I put in the application. I was denied. When I put in my application, they told me that I was denied due to due to my credit. I missed it by 1 point, and so they denied me. Shortly after that, I filed a reconsideration. And then basically my application has been in reconsideration for over a year now. So let me see. So in July of 2020, I was granted from the SBA a $15,000 business grant. And then, why am I here? Well, let me just tell you, I just want to share my story. I'm going to share, or I have hopes to share, the important parts of my journey that may help someone else that is on this same journey, or you may hear something that you need to hear. But one thing I want to say is, please don't give up. Don't give up. Because just like me, when I heard about that the government was giving our businesses monies to try and help and save our businesses, I was just like, I don't even want to go through all the riffraff that's going on. But if you have a small business, you deserve it. Please fight for you and fight for your business, so and fight for your community, because your business helps make up the fabric of your community. All right, so all right, I guess we'll just start. We'll start with my day today. And this is going to be really quick. It's not going to be too detailed, but I'm going to try to hit the points. I'm a rambler, y'all. So just know this. Anybody who knows Adrian personally knows that I'm a rambler. Like, I will take a story and like literally just drag it. So I put down my notes so I could try to stay on task, and I'm going to try to stay on task for y'all so we can get this over with. All right, so we're going to start with the loan officer giving me a surprise call today. So I received a call from the SBA today, and because I had been working with loan specialists for some months now, I know the number off by heart as far as when I see it. I may not be able to read it to you off by heart, but I know the number off by heart when I see it, when one of the SBA loan people are calling. So when I saw that, I was very confused, because I knew I was waiting for my 4506T form to go over to the IRS. The SBA sends it over to the IRS after I sign it, and I was waiting for it to come back with my tax transcripts. However, I pretty much am in contact with the IRS like weekly and sometimes even daily, and I knew that as of today they were not processed. So I was like, oh my God, what do they want? So I picked up the phone, and the lady was nice. She didn't identify herself as a loan officer. She just identified herself. She gave me her last name, and she told me she was calling from the SBA. Now, I had been working with 2 other loan specialists that were trying to prepare my file to go in front of the loan officer. However, we had discussed that it was not complete because my tax transcripts for 2019 were not yet processed at the IRS, and they were overdue to process them. All right, so the loan officer calls. I pick up the phone, and she asked me to verify my information. I verify my information, and she says, "Oh, now that you've verified your information, I want to share with you about your application." And I said, "Yes." And she said, "I'm going to have to deny your application." And I paused. It's been a long journey, right? I paused and I was like, okay. I said, "Can I ask you, why would you deny my application?" And she said, "Well, yeah, I'm denying your application because the transcripts that we got from the IRS do not match your tax return transcripts that you submitted to us for 2019. And I said, yes, but I've been working with the IRS. I've been working with my congressperson. And I'm even working now with the high priority team to try to help me and find my amendment so they can get it processed so I can get out of their hair. So we're doing all these things behind the scene, trying to get all my paperwork completed because everything else is done. We are just waiting for my transcripts to be processed so that my 4506T can come back and match my tax return. So once I get finished telling her about that and the fact that of how I ended up doing that for the stimulus the year before, accidentally filed with that online tool, and I didn't know I was filing taxes, so everything says 0, which is crazy. So when my accountant went to file the taxes, she said, hey, you filed. And I said, no, I didn't. She said, yes, you did. So I explained this to the loan officer, and she stated, okay, that is what I needed to hear from what we received from them. So I understand that. Okay, so she retracted, giving me a denial on the facts that I had, and I also had paperwork in my file to substantiate what I was saying, that I was working with the SBA, that and my congressperson, and so on and so on. All right, so we're here, right? So just an overview of the call. Like, I was like, oh, I done reached the Wizard of okay, the Wiz called me today, the Wizard of Oz. However, I didn't get much feedback other than it wasn't a denial now. I tried to ask quick questions. First of all, I wasn't prepared for that call because I knew that my file was not complete if they were going to base my loan off of my tax transcripts. They weren't processed. So I was kind of on edge. But it was mixed feelings because it was like the call that everyone waits for. However, it was like, well, I guess we can't move forward. So I'm not sure what they'll do next, because I did try to ask her what's next for me. Do she need me to send her anything in? I can send her any paperwork that she needs to substantiate what I'm saying. Also, if she needs any documentation that may be in question, I can get that as well for her. And she stated no, she didn't. I asked for her contact information and she said no. Excuse me, ma'am. I've been waiting for like going on 18 months for your call, and you like a ghost in the night. I felt like we just had a one night stand. I really did, because I didn't understand. I was like, no email, no fax, no nothing. She said, no, if I need you, I'll call you. And just like that, we hung up. So that was my call from the SBA, an official loan officer. That was after waiting for almost a year and a half. The loan officer finally called me, and I'm still unsure of what's next. I'm unsure. I'm happy that she didn't deny me prematurely, but I still don't know what the next step is because no one was able to tell me. There's no guarantees. This has been a nail biting situation. It's rough. It's rough putting in that application in the SBA during this time of COVID, right? Still in a pandemic. So in wrapping it up, what I want to say first and foremost is, if you are out there and you have a loan application in, me and my just little old business, right? Cotton candy business, Sugar Mama Cotton Candy, right? If we can gain monies to further our dream, you can too. And I just want to tell you, don't give up. Please, don't give up. Don't give up. Because your blessing will be, it's there. It's there. Just fight. It's hard. It's by far easy. By far is this easy. We all know that. But because it's unprecedented times, just know that if you feel like the system is janky, it's unpredictable, you don't know if you're going or coming, yeah, that's the world we living in right now, in our own world. It feel like that we are outside of our own country, the way things are going. But I just want to say, keep your head up. Keep on keeping on. And a couple tips I want to give y'all before I leave that I have experienced in getting to this point where I actually have a loan officer contact me. And also, I've also received $15,000 this year in grant monies from the SBA. Just free grant money. So I just want to give you a couple nuggets that may be of value or interest to you, or it may not, but I just want to throw it out. I want to throw my story out there. So if it is, it makes me feel better. One, get your congressperson involved, whether it's a congresswoman or congressman. Get them involved, because once you get them involved with what's called a congressional inquiry, it becomes a higher priority. Now, let me just say this. A higher priority don't mean that you just going to glide through, because it's going on a year and a half, and I'm still fighting. So, you just can't put in the inquiry and then just drop it and think it's just going to happen for you. You're going to have to put in a lot of footwork behind that. But your inquiry will ensure that not only your eyes are watching, that the government makes sure, our government makes sure that we receive disaster funds that we deserve for our businesses to survive, but also you have a part of the government that's in the community that's supporting you, that's fighting for you, that's saying, hey, what's going on? This is my business. This is my business in my community, right? A business in my community, and I want to know what's going on because I want this business to survive. And I want her to flourish as a business person. So I want to know, are you putting her application through the processes like it's supposed to, and not just letting it fall through the cracks? So that's one. The congressperson. Another tip I can say, work with the IRS as soon as you can. If you have not contacted the IRS and you are in the same situation that I am, this is if you're in the same situation that I am. I signed the 4605T form with the SBA, and that form is the form that requests your transcripts, your tax transcripts from the IRS, and it goes directly to the SBA, right? Via, I guess they have a portal that goes back and forth, but they basically exchange information like that. And that's one of the key components of your application. Now, if you have your 2019 taxes done and you've already received your refund, or they're already been processed, you're ahead of the game, because everything else you are to submit, and you could get that in there. And once your application comes across a loan officer like mine's did today, then it would just be approved. So right now I'm in the reconsideration. I'm under review. I've been in processing for months and months, and this is basically one of the last steps. They don't give you too much information in how many steps, but this is toward the end, definitely. And if I would have had my amendment processed, it probably would have been the end, and then the funding part would have started, and the party would have started. All right, so okay, enough of that. So that's it. I just wanted to tell y'all a little bit about my day, and I'm hoping that it can help someone. You can leave down in the comments if you have any questions about my journey since last year, about any tools or any means and methods that I use to get to the point of receiving the grant, to get to the point of receiving a call from the loan officer. Leave them down there and I will get with you before. So make sure, okay, for us, that you like, share, subscribe to our page, right? If you want to hear more content like this, then share, please share and share more. Also, before Fat Boss Life, I'm sorry. Fat Boss Life YouTube, and we also have Sugar Mama Cotton Candy on Facebook. So check us out there, and check out our website, sugarmamacottoncandy.com. And in ending, I just want to go over a few of the terms that I have used today, so that anyone who doesn't understand what I'm saying, or then okay, I just want to keep it as simple as possible. So I mentioned the EIDL a lot of times. That is specifically called the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, and that is from the SBA. And of course, the SBA, it stands for Small Business Association. Also, I mentioned the IRS, and of course, we know that that's the Internal Revenue Service. I also mentioned the 4506T form, and that is the actual form that the SBA loan people have you sign so that they can request the information from the IRS to substantiate and to fact check what you actually made, so they can base your loan and approve your loan off of that. So that's it. I made it to the end. Bosses, I gotta go. I have rambled. I know I did. Yeah, I'm guilty of it. But I love you. And listen, keep your head up. If you're out there, you are going to get it. Don't tell yourself that you're giving up. Don't tell yourself that you're never going to get it. You are going to get it. You are going to have things placed in your path and in your journey, that little nuggets that you're going to be able to pick up, and it's going to put you in a better direction than you were yesterday. So I don't know where you're at in your journey, but I'm here with you. So I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. If you look here on the screen, it says that's a screenshot I took from my portal today. So it's still processing. After over a year, it's still processing. So you're not alone. Just don't give up and keep on keeping on.